Hundreds of animals are electrocuted every year, despite efforts to keep animals away from any electrical sources. But animals always choose to go to the electricity of their own free will. Today, I will talk to you about animals that were caught on camera while they were electrocuted. But before we start, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And let's get started. Small animals are always curious to explore everything around them, and that's why they can go to charged electric wires without thinking. This chimpanzee liked the thin wires surrounding his family's barn, and that's why he decided to get close to it to explore. But what happened was that the wires shocked him with a high electric charge, and his family came to rescue him, and his mother embraced him to make him feel safe. I think that chimpanzees understand very well now what electricity means, and it is impossible that he will come close to any other wire throughout his life. This group of monkeys lives in a temple, and they were playing and did not notice that there was a monkey that was dying next to them. This monkey suddenly found itself surrounded by a group of wires, all of which contained electricity. He was trying hard to get out of this difficult situation, and this is until he lost all his energy and fell to the ground. The owner of the video clip stated that medical aid was provided to the monkey after it fell, and now he is in good health. I feel very confused when I find some people throwing water under electric poles. Any creature that may touch the water while crossing will die immediately, and this is exactly what happened to this cow. This cow was thirsty and went to the water to drink, but as soon as her legs touched the water, she fell to the ground and died. You would be very surprised if you saw that bear climbing an electric pole. What causes her to expose herself to death in this way? In fact, this bear was climbing the pole, looking for her lost son. And unfortunately, after the bear climbed over the pole, it got stuck on top and couldn't get down. And in an attempt to save her, the authorities shot her a sedative injection. But the result was that she fell unconscious, and while falling down, she was electrocuted and died. The sad thing is that after she died, her son who was lost from her was found. Thus, the bear lost her life without any benefit. While these monkeys were playing on top of the electrical wire, one of the monkeys was electrocuted and his hand got stuck in the wire. The monkey was stunned for a long time and no one paid any attention to it. And after a short time, the locals approached him to save him from the electricity using a long stick. And after he fell, they tried a lot to save him by resuscitating his heart by pressing on the lung. But unfortunately, all attempts failed and the monkey died of electrocution. This scene shows a cat stuck on top of an electric line. What made her climb up the pole like this? I am amazed and do not know the reason for this strange behavior. After the rescuers attended and everyone expected that the cat would survive, the cat was fatally electrocuted minutes before it was rescued. The charge of electricity that hit her was so intense that it sparked and made a loud sound. Then the cat fell dead on the spot. This leopard, for an unknown reason, climbed an electric pole in a forest in India. I don't know what he wanted to hunt from the top of the power pole. The farmers of the city of Nizamabad woke up in the morning and found this scene, and no one saw the leopard while it was electrocuted. After they took him down, they discovered that he had passed away hours ago. This chimpanzee was trying to escape from a zoo in Japan, and because of his extreme stupidity, he ran from them and climbed over the electric pole. Rescue teams waited for him for over an hour, but he refused to go down. This chimpanzee was so lucky as after they shot him with a sedative injection, he fell on a blanket they were carrying and survived that day with minor injuries. Almost electricity for him was better than going back to the cage in the garden.
This snake used to enter a farm and kill goats and swallow them. The owner of the farm was very upset because of the large number of losses that occurred, and that's why he decided to put up an electric fence to protect his farm. Exactly a week after the electric fence was installed, the farmer woke up to this strange scene. The huge snake entered the farm and swallowed one of the goats, as usual. But after his stomach was full, he was unable to cross the electric fence, and he was stuck in the fence and electrocuted until he died. This woodpecker was standing on a pole and pecking at it as usual. Suddenly, an electric charge came from the electric pole next to it and destroyed it. The puzzling thing about this scene is that the electric shock made the bird disappear completely, and this is without touching the electric wire at all. Even if we try to slow down the scene, we won't be able to notice what happened. This hanging deer is charged with electricity, and the researchers hung it like this as an experiment to see how the animals reacted to it. As soon as the bear saw the deer attached, he tried to approach it to devour it, but every time he was near, he was electrocuted. The bear stayed all day studying the situation and seeing how he would be able to get the deer. This is until he understood that there is an electric generator that delivers the charges, and immediately he decided to attack the generator, kidnapped the deer, and ran. And the bear was able to cleverly overcome the electricity. This squirrel was inside the house at night looking for food. Unfortunately, he met an electric wire before he even entered the house. The wire electrocuted it with very electric charges on it, and the squirrel died immediately. The owner of the house, after seeing the dead squirrel, was very sympathetic to him. He fixed the electric wire and covered it so that no other animals would be electrocuted. This goat was trying to touch the electric fence of the farm. She was probably curious and liked to taste electric charges, but the strange thing is that a minute later, and on the same farm, her sister's goat went and did exactly the same. Curiosity will kill them. The issue on this day was not confined to goats only, but the cat also obviously wanted to understand what was going on. She wanted to understand why every goat that came close to the wire ran scared, and the stupid cat went and touched the wire with her mouth and got electrocuted too. This dog is a Doberman. While he was trying to drink from a bowl of water next to a naked electric wire, the dog became electrocuted and was very frightened and ran like a madman. It seemed from his voice that he was crying after the shock that happened to him. This squirrel was walking on a wooden fence with an electric wire next to it. The strange and funny thing about this is not that the squirrel electrocuted, but the funny thing is that while trying to escape from the electricity, he was jumping and grabbing the electric wire again. These birds were standing on an electric wire and they were in a good mood. Suddenly, the electric wires touched each other and electrocuted the birds. If you focus, you will find birds hanging from their tails or beaks. And there are other birds. After the electric shock, they fell dead on the ground. What amazes me is that while these birds were electrocuted and died, there are other birds still standing and not afraid of electricity. What impressed you the most in today's episode? Tell me your opinion below in the comments. And please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your likes and comments encourage me to continue. See you very soon with a new episode.